Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. He's got tall! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Zaragoza going face-to-face with his great rival. And that is expertly dealt with. It's a pretty loose pass. Zaragoza. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Milinkovic-Savic. I'll be keeping an eye on his long-range shooting, Peter, because that's something he does with real prowess. The stuff that makes the highlight reels, of course, but he also does a lot of good work under the radar, recycling the ball, pressing opponents, and generally bossing midfield.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Now it's Zaragoza, and it's Terracciano. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. That pass has been well intercepted. But it is clear to see that he is Zaragoza! And he nearly went all the way.
Zaragoza can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Out of play for a throw. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Buchanan. Not the most convincing of passes. Lucas Perry punts it upfield. Oh, easy pickings there. Terracciano. Neither side yet able to find the net. Knocks it into space. Gets into some space. He gets big. Goal! Breda! A great delivery and a finish to match.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
NAC Breda have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will come.
He's having a go! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And they can counter here. Strong running down that left flank. Tessman. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Short changes him with that pass.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Up he goes! And that's caused a worry or two.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
Tessman. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Aimed beyond the defence. No way through, so back it comes. Tessman. And he's in on goal. And a chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Now Lukic. Danger averted for now. And it's Terracciano. Tessman touches it back. Lukic. And he's gone searching crossfield. Pass somewhat off target. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. No, he wasn't going to be fooled. Spread out to the left. That's the throw. And no, that was never going to make it. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tries to play it through. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Tessman. It's a good run down the right. Zaragoza. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ball comes in. Now he's off and running. Now it's Zaragoza. He's gone forward, and he's intervened well there.
1 minute added time.
Now it's Buchanan. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, that's well spotted. And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter, be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
NAC Breda can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
And that's a dangerous ball. That is a brilliant interception. Tessman. Zaragoza.
Breda are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Oh, look at the space here. And that is out of play. And it's Ndor.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Good claim, no margin for error there. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. It's gone out for a throw-in. Chooses to go cross-field. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Well, we expected better, and so did he. Great vision. It's a promising position. Christensen. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Picked out brilliantly. Goes for a shot! And yes, it's there! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Substitution on the field, number 11.
So the manager could make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
West Ham grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Back into the middle. Milinkovic-Savic. No, that's been intercepted. NAC Breda still have the cards to affect this game. And he's managed to get through. Climbs up! Oh, taken with style! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Substitution on the field. Number 8.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Number 21.
West Ham take the lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here. Breda really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
NAC Breda will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Can he get on the end of this? Milinkovic-Savic. Christensen. NAC Breda are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Substitution on the field.
NAC Breda with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Number 20, coming on the field. Number 19, number 28.
It's a decent clearance.
Substitution.
West Ham are looking to go forward now. That's a good ball out wide. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He's picked his way through.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
He welcomes it in. Now there's a shot at goal! Goal. He's got himself an absolute peach. They have stolen level at the last. And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just...
surely! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead.
Just a quick announcement.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.